Falcon.
Kim.
Mirage.
Thomas.
Jessica.
Kim.
Okay. Adopt, don't shop. Imagine being locked in a frigid concrete box, watching potential families pass by you every single day. You pop up with excitement as they walk by, only to be followed by disappointment as they don't even give you a single glance. Your days consist of minimal human interaction and wondering when you get to leave and go home. Your days are numbered, but you only know the four walls you're confined in. According to the ASPCA, 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized each year. After working in the vet field for 2 years, I have seen firsthand the animals go by without ever finding homes. Today I'm going to cover the reality in shelters and overpopulation of companion animals, the simplicity of adoption, and benefits and consequences of adopting. Only 1 out of every 10 dogs ever finds a loving home. According to the International Society of Animal Rights, the current breeding rates of puppies and kittens exceeds the number of homes that are available to them. Over 6 million animals enter shelters each year. In a PETA article entitled Animal Companion Overpopulation, there are 3 main reasons for overpopulation in companion animals. The first being that people fail to spay and neuter their dogs. Second, that people still buy from breeders and pet stores. And then thirdly, that people don't understand the lifetime commitment they are making when they purchase an animal. Currently, there are 23 million pets in underserved communities in the United States. 87% of these pets are not spayed or neutered. One unspayed female cat and her offspring can produce 370,000 kittens a year. According to the American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, approximately 7.6 million animals enter the shelters each year. 2.7 million of these animals are euthanized. Each of these animals were adoptable, healthy, and treatable. According to the Humane Society for Shelter Pets article entitled Facts and Statistics About Pets, 5 in 10 dogs and 7 in 10 shelter cats are euthanized just because there is no one to adopt them. Of the dogs entering these shelters, 48% are adopted and 20% are euthanized. All of these issues can easily be solved by the simple process of adoption. The animals for sale from your pet stores or breeders are available in your nearby shelters or rescues. According to the Humane Society of the United States, half of the animals in animal shelters each year are euthanized or are not adopted. Shelters and rescues analyze these pets that come in order to make sure they are a good fit for the potential families that are going to buy them. Adoption not only moves the animal from vulnerability to safety, it creates space at the shelter and moves resources and attention to the other animals there. According to Nathan Winograd, a well-known no-kill advocate and shelter supportist, even though these animals are living under a roof and get daily feeding, they often go insane from loneliness and confinement. Not only are you saving more than one life, you are finding a great pet while fighting puppy mills. The only difference between homeless animals and the other pets are that the first group doesn't have a loving home. Each animal is individual and has their own personality and disposition. Puppy mills are an inhumane, terrible place that people are unknowingly buying their animals from each day. In an article entitled Too Many People Are Still Adopting Animals, accessed on the ASPCA site on May 25, 2019, puppy mill operators fail to remove sick dogs from their breeding pools. This results in people buying puppies that have congenital and hereditary conditions including epilepsy, heart disease, kidney disease, and even sometimes musculoskeletal conditions such as hip dysplasia. There are oftentimes infinite benefits for the animal that is adopted, but what are the benefits for the purchaser, you ask? It is oftentimes expensive to purchase an animal from a pet store or breeder, so purchasing from a shelter or rescue is inexpensive and you're also creating an act of kindness. Buying a purebred dog is often pricier than ever, especially if the breed is in high demand in the market. Purebred dogs often come from an inbred pool of dogs in order to keep the breed pure, while if you're purchasing it from a puppy mill, the dog that displays certain characteristics are massively overbred and in inhumane environments. Rescuing a dog opens your eyes to the severe problem of animal neglect and abandonment, and also is a satisfaction by changing a life by simply opening your heart and home to a shelter animal. A shelter dog can be more work than expected. Sometimes these pets are introverted and fearful and display separation anxiety. This being due to the fact that 20 minutes ago they were living alone in close quarters with other shelter animals and have now been placed in a new environment. This manner passes with training and time, and even though these dogs have a rough past, that does not keep them from having a great future. Today I've covered how shelter pets may be a work in progress and the overpopulation of companion animals, and the reality in shelters and the easy solution to these problems, as well as the benefits and accompanying cons of adoption. When you choose to rescue an animal, you are sending a message to individuals that you can take effective action to save lives, fight cruelty, and end suffering. This movement starts with one, and you could be that person.